Hello everyone, and welcome to the lecture series of Engineering Mathematics 3. I hope all of you are very happy and very healthy at your homes, and you will study this lecture series of Engineering Mathematics 3 very carefully so that you will understand it better. So in the previous lecture, what we have studied is what is differential equation, how to find out its solution, and the solution is made up of two parts, that is complementary function and particular integral. So this complete unit focuses on how to simplify various types of differential equations and to find out the solution of that. Clear? So in today's session we are just going to focus on only one part of our general solution. So that is particular integral of the differential equation phi d of y is equal to fx. So how the particular integral defined is like this: yp is the notation of particular integral 1 upon phi d into fx, where what is this quantity 1 upon phi d? 1 upon phi d is called as the inverse operator. So this phi d is this part of the linear differential equation, and fx is the function appearing to the right hand side of your differential equation. Then the very important point here to be noted is yp do not contain any arbitrary constants and the differential operator d. What is meaning of this? That when you will simplify, when you will complete the examples, in your answer d factor should not be present, otherwise your sum is kept as considered as incomplete. Okay, so we have to deal with three different methods in this complete unit. The first one is the shortcut method, second one is the general method, and third one is the method of variation of parameters. And as far as our scoring is concerned, we have changed the order. This order is somewhat different in the books. So first of all, let us focus on our first method, that is nothing but the shortcut method, which comprises made up of 5 different cases, and today I am just going to focus on the first case in this lecture. So in case number 1, basically we are dealing with the exponential functions. So exponential means e raised to, a raised to, such kind of power functions we have to deal with. So fx is equal to e raised to ax, this is the function. Yp is equal to 1 upon phi d into fx. See the same formula which you have taken here, 1 upon phi d into fx, taken here 1 upon phi d, and the function e raised to ax is written here. Now what is the rule? Now when it is a shortcut method, see, as the name itself indicates, very short, completely formula oriented method. And the another important aspect of this method is it is applicable only for the discussed functions only. We are not supposed to change any type of function, and anyhow we are not supposed to apply. So initially we are going for e raised to. Now remember here the coefficient of x is a, which is very important, because in your denominator function phi d we are going to replace d by a. So how I have written it? See, d arrow a, but I am just going to read it out as d is replaced by a. Then when d is replaced by a means in this expression wherever there is a d factor, I am just going to put there as a value. Of course this a value we have to find it out. Nobody will tell you what is a value. So then once I place the value here, I have to calculate the value of phi of a is not equal to 0, because all of you know 1 upon 0 comes as infinity, and then the expression itself will become infinity, so there is no point in calculating. So here if phi of a is not equal to 0, then you can calculate yp is 1 upon phi of a, and the function e raised to ax will remain as it is. But the very important part of this to understand is this one: if phi of a is equal to 0, then what is to be done? Because in maths all possible cases are to be considered, and this case number, whatever basics you are studying in this case number 1, this will be applicable for case number 2 also, and all the further cases also this concept is going to help you. So here phi of a, if it is becoming 0, then this is going called as case of failure. We have to write it, this is a case of failure. Then what we will do, if it is so, then find out the derivative of this function phi d, this denominator's derivative. And in this derivative you are going to replace d by a Then once again check, in this derivative place the value of a is not equal to 0. And then if it is not, then what is yp? Please see here. 1 upon phi dash a e raised to x function will remain the same, but when I am finding the first derivative, this function I am multiplying by x. And the same process, suppose if phi dash a is becoming 0, then once again I will go for the second derivative. Then I have to multiply by x square, and so many times the process will continue till the derivative becomes 0. So this is your first case and one of the basic cases here. Then the second one is fx is equal to a raised to x. So yp is 1 upon phi d into fx, 1 upon phi d function is a raised to x. Now when it is a raised to x, what is the rule? D is replaced by log a. So wherever there is d, there is log a to be placed. So here phi of log a, because it doesn't become 0, so and a raised to x is kept as it is. Now the third case here is fx is equal to k, where k is a constant function. Then yp 1 upon phi d into fx, 1 upon phi d k. Now instead of writing this as simple k, you can say k multiplied by e raised to 0, because you know e raised to 0 is 1, and finally I am getting k only. So here the rule is, we will apply this rule, that d is replaced by a. So what is a here? 0. So here d is replaced by 0. And though d is replaced by 0, it doesn't mean that denominator is 0 if you are placing d is only replaced by 0. Some another terms may be there, so it is not always 0. So 1 upon phi of 0 and then multiplied by k. If you want, if you are interested, you may keep this function e raised to x 0x as it is, but this value is 1 finally, as you know already. And see, this is one direct application of what we have seen. Suppose if your yp is in this form, 1 upon d minus a raised to r. Now first understand what is meaning of this. D minus a, this factor is appearing how many times? Bracket power, r times, and e raised to x. Now here as per the rule, d is replaced by a. This is the rule for exponential function. So here d is replaced by a minus a 0. This will become the case of failure. I have to find the derivative. Again I will replace d by a. Again it is a case of failure. How many times it will take place? R times. So instead of doing this, completely directly apply the formula x raised to r. R is the power upon r factorial into e raised to ax. So this is all about the formula and some of the theoretical part or concept we have discussed. And now it's time to simplify few examples based on our case number first. Okay, so if we continue with our case number 1, all these things we are just going to discuss in that, and see our first example. In that we are going to revise complementary function also now, because complementary is going to be the part of every example. Don't forget, first complementary, then particular integral, and then your final answer will be there. So my first example is here, see, it is d2y by dx square minus 7 into dy by dx, then plus 6y is equal to e raised to 2x. Very simple example, only for understanding the concept. So as usual, first of all, here d by dx is to be replaced by the operator d, and then for it will become, see, it is second order, so it is d square minus 7d plus 6 of y taken common. This is equal to e raised to 2x. This you have studied in complementary function. Now what is my auxiliary equation here? D square minus 7d plus 6 is equal to 0. And now you may factorize this. You may go manually, you may go on calc even, you have this provision to simplify, and therefore you are getting the two values here. D is equal to how much it is? 6 and 1. 1 of 6, 6 and 1, both the values acceptable, both the roots are real and distinct, and therefore your complementary function will be c1 e raised to 6x plus c2 e raised to 1x, means x. But our target in this unit is to calculate yp. So yp is the formula 1 upon phi d into fx, as I told you just little time before, 1 upon. Now what is phi d? This part is our phi d. So this is d square minus 7d plus 6, and your function is this one, e raised to 2x. Now you should know the formula before you continue with anything. You don't have to write down the formula, but you should remember it. Now what is the formula? E raised to ax. This is a value, and the rule says that A is equal to 2 and then D is replaced by A, D is replaced by 2. So let me place it here. So this will become 2 square minus 7 multiplied by 2 plus 6 and e raised to 2x will remain as it is. Now just calculate this part. Okay. So this is equal to 1 upon. Now you may do it manually. 4 minus here you will say 14 plus 6 and e raised to how much it is 2x. So your final value will come 1 upon 4 minus 4 e raised to 2x. Minus is your choice to go with, and then you may write minus e raised to 2x upon 4 finally. Now see, this do not contain any d factor in this example, and so I completed my yp calculation, and here I have to write finally gs y is equal to yc plus yp, and then write down the whole thing which you calculated before. C1 e raised to 6x plus C2 e raised to x get connected with minus e raised to 2x upon 4, and this is my complete solution. Now you may feel this example quite easy. Now let's move with the second one. This is only to understand the basic concept, not more than that. No other purpose is there. So here d square plus 13d plus 36 close the bracket y is equal to e raised to minus 4x plus 3 raised to minus x. Made a little bit bigger, slightly different also. Now example is directly given to you in d format. So d is already there. So I don't need to replace it once again. Directly continue. Auxiliary equation d square plus 13d plus 36 is equal to 0. Now 9 4s are. So this will give me d is equal to how much? Minus 9 and minus 4. This will be the two roots. Again roots are real and distinct. So yc c1 e raised to minus 9x, c2 e raised to minus 4x. Right? Now continue with yp. Yp is 1 upon phi d multiplied by fx. Now let us place the values and just go on calculating. So what we are getting, please see here. 1 upon phi d. Phi d is this quantity. D square plus 13d plus 36 and then your function. Now here I was having only one term, here I have 2. So I have to place the bracket here. E raised to minus 4x and plus 3 raised to minus x. Now see, these both are the functions which are occurring in our case number 1 which we are discussing. Both are exponential but both are in different nature. So I have to separate this because the rules for both of them are different. So if your example is slightly comfortable, convenient, you may separate it here only, or otherwise you can go for P1 and P2 and so on. So I will just separate it here. It is a d square plus 13d plus 36. This is applied on e raised to minus 4x and further 1 upon. Again the same factor d square plus 13d plus 36. This is applied on 3 raised to minus x. Okay. Now this is the function in the form of e raised to ax. So here a value is minus 4. D is replaced by minus 4. And this is the function in the form of a raised to x. So here a is a raised to x, but here it is minus value. So when it is minus, here d is replaced by minus log of 3. Okay, so first part simplified by this function, second part simplified by this function rule. So all the rules are varying. In one example only you may have 2 or 3 combination as it is mentioned here. Now if I place the value here, see, d is replaced by minus 4. So see here, minus 4 square plus 13 multiplied by minus 4, 36 e raised to minus 4x and plus, meanwhile here it will be d replaced by minus 3. So it is minus log 3 square plus 13 multiplied by minus log 3 and plus 36 and multiplied by, here you may put one big bracket in the denominator, 3 raised to minus 6. Clear? Now if you simplify this, now you can check here, see, 4 square 16, so this is 36 plus 16, so this will give me 52 and 13 4s are, this also will give you 52. So plus and minus, this denominator is becoming 0, and here I have to mention this is going to be the case of failure. But there is no problem for this part. Here I have already obtained the answer for this. So this is a case of failure, and what I have to do here, I will just continue the same part below. I have to calculate phi dash of d. So phi d was here, d square derivative is 2d plus 13 d is derivative 13, 36 derivative is 0, and in this again d is replaced by your basic value minus 4. So now we will continue here 1 upon here. Let us calculate. So if I okay, or before I may calculate the value and then we will place, that also will do. So here only I will complete the calculation, or you may calculate like this also, but here I will do. See, minus 4 plus 13. So here 4 2s are minus 8, 13 minus 8 is equal to how much you are getting? 5, which is not equal to 0. And so you will be getting the answer here. And now see, I am just going for my final answer here. So this is 1 upon phi dash of a. A is nothing but it is 5. My function e raised to minus 4x will remain as it is. As you have taken one derivative where the value is not equal to 0, I have to multiply here by x. Don't forget this x. And then plus, let me carry on the same quantity here. This quantity will remain exactly the same, 3 raised to minus x, because I have already obtained the answer part here. And then the last part, 1 into x is x upon phi dash of phi u. What is phi dash of phi u? You may write here, see, phi dash of d. D is nothing but here it is phi dash of minus 4. So this value I will just place here, minus 4, and this value is equal to how much it is? 5. This value calculated, e raised to minus 4x, and this part again is going to be as it is. And with this, see, no d factor is left in this calculation. So I have calculated the final value of this, and the ending part will be as usual. I have to write general solution of that equation. Y is equal to yc plus yp. Now many times when we are writing the general solution, we just say general solution is equal to something or like that. Don't use any another language other than mathematical. So this is yc plus yp, place it in proper formulation. So what was your yc you calculated here? That is to be placed here. Something c1 e raised to minus 9x plus c2 e raised to minus 4x. So you may interchange, no problem here, and just get it connected here with x upon phi u e raised to minus 4x, and the last term will be, I am just going to carry it out as it is, slightly bigger term, but denominator I am just keeping as it is, minus 3. Clear? So this was my second example where I have shown you the combination of two functions along with the case of failure. Case of failure is one of the very important concepts as far as your solving is concerned. So you must know how to do that. So we have done that. Clear? Then we'll go for the next example. See my third example. In that again we will have some variation in our simplification. Let's see. D raised to 4 minus 4d cube plus 6d square minus 4d plus 1 close the bracket y is equal to e raised to x plus 2 raised to x plus 1 upon 3. See, I have made it quite larger. I have taken a big variation in that, and we will just take a summary, you can say, of case number 1 in this example. And see again here d factor is already given, so I don't need to write down here. Auxiliary equation is d raised to 4 minus 4d cube plus 6d square minus 4d plus 1 is equal to 0. This is my auxiliary equation. Now you must be remembering this is a formula. See, the terms, the powers are descending, then the terms are alternate. You can see the first coefficient and last number same, 4 and this number same, symmetric expression you have. So you can write it, it is the expansion of d minus 1 raised to 4, this is equal to 0. This is the easy representation of the function, and instead of solving this much big, and I am just going to represent it like this one only. Now what is meaning of this? D minus 1 is equal to 0. This bracket is appearing 4 times. Now as it is appearing 4 times, this means I have to write either like this, 1, 1, 1, 1. This is like this I have to say, or D is equal to 1 is appearing 4 times, any one of the fashion which you like to follow you may. So here I will write YC. All the roots are real and repeated, so I will just say here C1 x cube plus C2 x square plus C3 x plus C4 and then e raised to 1x. This is the value. Now this is the complementary function which already you have gone through. I just repeated it. My main part is yp, 1 upon phi d multiplied by fx. So let us write down here only 1 upon our phi d. Instead of like this, we have represented C in this format. So it is d minus 1 raised to 4, and my function, the right hand side is quite bigger here, e raised to x plus 2 raised to x plus 1 upon 3. Now here see, this is e raised to ax format, this is a raised to x format, this is a constant function. All three are in three different formats, so better you separate all of them. So this is 1 upon d minus 1 raised to 4, this is e raised to x plus 1 upon d minus 1 raised to 4 will act on 2 raised to x, and 1 upon d minus 1 raised to 4 will act on 1 upon 3, constant function. So I will apply whatever rules are applicable. Now see here, the coefficient of x is 1, so you can apply the rule here, d replaced by a, that is 1, but what will happen? 1 minus 1 will become 0, you will take the derivative, 1 minus 1 will become 0, derivative. This process you have to follow 4 times. So instead of that, I will mention here a is 1, r, the power is equal to 4, and the last formula which you have seen, we will just apply x raised to r is 4 upon 4 factorial and e raised to x. This formula will reduce your work a lot by simplification. So then, here what is the second part here? A raised to x format. D is replaced by log a, this is log 2. So I will just say 1 upon, this is log 2 minus 1 raised to 4 will remain as it is. See, we don't have to simplify it by taking calci or anything, let it remain like this only. And 2 raised to x, and here for the next part you will say d is replaced by 0 because this is a constant function. So here if you just say this is 0 minus 1 raised to 4 and the function remains as it is. So all of you must have noted here, this is possible only if all of you know the formulae well. You should come prepared with that, then only it is possible to go with. Then simplify. X raised to 4, 4 factorial is 24 and e raised to x will remain as it is. No need to simplify this because decimal expressions are not expected. Log 2 minus 1 raised to 4, and you can say here minus 1 raised to 4 is 1 itself, into anything is 1 upon 3. So this is your yp, as no d factor is remaining in my simplification. I have completed this, and therefore my final work is gs, y is equal to yc plus yp, and then I have to write this bigger expression. Yc is to be written here, c1x cube plus c2x square plus c3x plus c4, and close the bracket, e raised to x. Along with these terms to be taken here, x raised to 4 e raised to x upon 24, my first term, plus 2 raised to x upon log 2 minus 1 raised to 4 and plus 1 upon 3, and this is my complete answer. Okay, so we have just completed case number 1 of your shortcut method. I hope all of you have understood. If you have any query, then you may contact, you may ask us, or you may say whatever difficulties are, and we will meet in the next lecture. So stay tuned and take good care of yourself. Bye.